Perhaps one of season 13's most explosive moments to date just occurred. There's perhaps some truth to the latest rumors about love and hip-hop in Atlanta. There are allegations that Scrappy pressured Bambi and his new girlfriend to meet in person. Britney has been trending on social media. Simply put, let's say that fans are shocked by the purported intensity of the situation. Numerous fan pages and a summary. What was supposed to be a mature co-parenting moment quickly turned into something much more complicated, according to reports. Scrappy's decision to present the woman who has apparently been spending time with his children to Bambi in a suitable manner. Viewers report strong feelings. It's debatable whether he actually forced the situation or just thought it was required. But sources say the tension was so high that a knife could easily pierce it. On reality TV, you know how these things play out. It starts with polite smiles, restrained greetings, and that uncomfortable feeling that everyone can't help but notice. But what are those calm tones hiding behind? Years of past events, conflicted feelings, persistent pride. They further insist that this was not only an introduction, but about territory, power, and respect on the internet. Some commentators believe that Scrappy could have underestimated how complicated this situation was. Some say that Bambi remained calm while sending out subtle cues that only the most observant could see. It is said that Britney casually walked into the room. Many, however, are curious about what she said in private. Was this a calm meeting, or was it just a prelude to a new storm? Since what happened during that encounter, if these rumors are accurate, would change the tone of the entire season and could permanently change the harmony between co-parenting, pride, and new love. After the program aired, rumors began to spread within hours, and all of a sudden, fan accounts, blogs, and recap channels were examining what had transpired behind those tight smiles. The gathering wasn't only Scrappy's suggestion. He advocated for it, according to viewers who said they witnessed every small action. He was attempting to make a statement, according to some, and they are portraying it that way. Production-related sources claim that Scrappy had been aware of rumors that Bambi was surprised by Britney's time. Beside the kids, nobody outside of that group is able to confirm whether that annoyance was genuinely a result of concern or if it was made up for story purposes. However, fans are surprised at how quickly the tone shifted following the introduction. According to reports, Scrappy pulled Britney away before coming up to her and telling her to keep your cool. Online debate has been triggered by that single sentence. Sometimes she uses a lot of manipulation. One point that viewers have is why he would do it to Seed before the first official meeting. Did he have difficulty ahead of him, or was he trying to protect his girlfriend? From a distance, Bambi was reportedly watching, fully aware that every action was being captured on camera. One report claimed that her expression was deliberate and controlled, not angry or agitated, just observant. And sometimes keeping your cool instead of yelling could work better. According to witnesses, the air felt different. The three greeted one another courteously when they finally met in person. Calmly introducing herself, Britney expressed her gratitude for Bambi's role as the children's mother and acknowledged limits of co-parenting. On the surface, it seemed mature. Fans also commented that their emotions were carefully regulated on the outside, but being strong on the inside. But Bambi's purported request to have a private conversation with Britney was what truly attracted notice. Scrappy was hesitant. As cameras panned, social media erupted. People started making assumptions. Out of reach. If there's nothing to hide, why the pause? What's the nervous laugh? Why did the stance change so suddenly? Scrappy tried to brush it off with a joke, according to others who were reviewing the tape. He is said to have said, "She's slick with psychological warfare." At that point, the phrase itself became popular. Supporters differ from one another. He was expressing his own shame. He was genuinely concerned that long-standing tensions would resurface, according to others. Sources said the private conversation had a stern but consistent tone. Bambi reportedly said, "My kids are my priority," to Britney. "I don't play about them." Britney reportedly responded empathetically, even revealing that she had been married before and had stepmothering experience. Reactions from fans indicate that the energy shifted slightly at that moment. For the first time, a sense of agreement appeared. Despite the debate's seeming civility, spectators insist that there were more facets at play. Extended eye contact, brief pauses, and coded language. One recap writer compared the situation to seeing two queens measure each other without raising swords, expressing the division within the family. Reports state that other family members praised the displayed maturity. Others whispered that sometimes private conversations could be more damaging than acrimonious arguments. The two women grinned as they made their way back outside, and Scrappy was a little taken aback because he had expected pyrotechnics, but had instead been welcomed by stillness. "And what happened?" he allegedly asked in a half-joking, half-concerned tone. She shrugged and added, "It went well, Britney." Bambi didn't make any dramatic remarks, and that lack of visible chaos left fans unsettled because peace rarely remains peaceful on this program. Theories quickly flooded various forums. Several viewers claim that Scrappy organized the gathering to control the narrative. A third group argues that Britney came prepared, knowing that every word would be scrutinized. Others believe Bambi consented on purpose to show her unwavering character. Silence can often be more abrasive than confrontation, and emotions were heightened by things that were not said rather than by shouting. The rumors were stoked by a close friend of Scrappy's purportedly saying off camera that he had previously introduced other ladies to the children. That realization reopened long-standing pains. Why is this introduction thought to be a if Britney is not the first notable event? Fans who question whether stability is truly the main objective are shocked by the pattern. According to Scrappy's supporters, he has a right to happiness and the capacity to move on. They make the point that embracing new partners will eventually be a factor in co-parenting. Critics counter that time and communication are more important, more significant than anything. As the discussion continued, one thing became clear. This was more than just a handshake and polite conversation. It is related to respect, pride, territory, and perception. Everyone there was in danger of something. Scrappy wanted balance between the current and the past. Bambi desires control and assurance. Britney wanted to be accepted, but not diminished. Although there wasn't a clear explosion during the interaction, many onlookers noted that there was an emotional undertone. Some forecasts state that the Fishers will be shown in that brief silence in future episodes. Some believe that this might be an unanticipated step toward adulthood. However, reality television has taught viewers one thing. It's this: what appears to be resolved today might not be tomorrow. And the questions remain louder than before. Even still, the questions are still as loud as ever, and the grins have not changed. Even still, the smiles persisted, because according to rumors, the real drama began behind closed doors once the conference was over and everyone had left. Supporters were shocked by how quickly the news changed from things going well to what is actually happening here. Scrappy was not as relieved as he made himself appear to be, according to internet rumors. He proceeded to mentally rehearse the conversation later that night. He is suspected of telling a friend that it was too smooth, according to a source close to the circle. Boom. Don't just smile for no reason at all. I'm not sure if that was a serious or humorous statement, but it undoubtedly added to the idea that something deeper might have been started. According to reports, Bambi left the event composed yet reflective. She seemed at ease with her demeanor, especially when she was in front of cameras, according to sources. Based only on the assertion that she told a close friend, fans are speculating about her intentions. I can get my idea across without arguing. Was she pointing toward a truce, or was she subtly demonstrating her dominance? On the other hand, Britney reportedly liked the way she looked. Sources claim that she thought she showed respect without getting defensive. In a subsequent private meeting, she supposedly said to Scrappy, "I'm not here to compete with anybody." While this may have temporarily soothed him, many are questioning whether it is adequate, considering history is thus enormous. "I am here because I love you." The comment made by Scrappy regarding manipulation was the main source of the rumors. It continues to draw fans. Why make up the tale before the encounter even happened? People said he was trying to protect Britney from psychological traps. He may have been projecting unresolved tension from earlier disputes with Bambi, according to several. The family was divided because of that one thing. Was the single factor that split the family. Calm does not equate to comfortable. Bambi's close pal reportedly made a remark later a moment. This statement has since taken center stage on discussion boards. Bambi's supporters argue that she showed growth in her demeanor. According to critics, it seemed planned. In any event, Spectators were experiencing intense emotions as they tried to decipher every facial expression. Moreover, according to reports, Scrappy felt more attuned than ever. Co-parenting with a new relationship may be difficult to balance. The inclusion of cameras and public discourse simply serves to exacerbate the strain. He reportedly told a friend, "I just want everybody to get along." I mean, people are not afraid to express their belief that bringing partners around kids without a long-term plan leads to instability, but fans are nonetheless skeptical. Britney has reportedly already spent a lot of time with the kids, which was another surprise. One person in Scrappy's close circle said the details sparked controversy. If the meeting was for transparency, why was it held after the relationship had started to take shape? Fans are curious as to whether Bambi truly had a say or if she was informed after choices were made. There are rumors, though, that Britney might have felt under pressure during that private discussion. Bambi reportedly asked about boundaries and discipline. Not a fight. Sharp enough to be authoritative, but not combative. Insiders claim that Britney knew trust would not be built quickly and exited the session, in spite of her supposedly courteous reply. Then there's the pride problem. The relationship between Scrappy and Bambi has never been simple, as fans know. Long after separation, emotional residue may still be present. One could see Scrappy's ceremonial presentation of a new woman as a statement. Some ideas claim that it is symbolic but not necessarily aggressive, as if to illustrate that life continues regardless of whether people are ready. Social media has seen intense reactions. The maturity displayed was praised by several, who noted that this is how healthy co-parenting should look. According to some, this is the calm before a storm. The remark "this won't last" has been popular under a number of recap videos. Furthermore, there are rumors that during a later group function, the three might be reunited in the same place. Because tension keeps coming back, fans are getting ready for impact just because it's a possibility, even though nothing has been confirmed. After simmering in the background, Scrappy suddenly asked Britney, "You good for real?" In an alleged off-camera exchange, Britney responded, "I'm fine, but I'm not naive." It is true that consciousness is implied in the sentence. Britney knows she's stepping into a familiar situation. Although she maintains her composure, she is conscious of potential challenges. On the other hand, Bambi's circle is perceived as protective. The protective aura highlights the complexity of this problem. It is more than just three grown-ups talking to each other. Concerning the concurrent clash of history, children, pride, and public opinion, one friend reportedly warned her, "Don't get too comfortable." Scrappy seemed to be carefully navigating through it all. Because he's trying to keep the peace, some viewers feel sorry for him. Some claim that this tension stems from his rushed introductions. This is the truth that keeps coming up in comments, and fans are shocked that a single, seemingly friendly encounter could provoke so many different viewpoints. Nobody raised their voices, threw a drink, or hurried off. The interaction's emotional impact is still being felt on the outside, though. And as both sides come to terms with what happened, the distinction between chaos and peace becomes more hazy than ever. And as both sides come to terms with what happened, the distinction between chaos and peace becomes more hazy than ever. Because what viewers are seeing today is not what was spoken at the time, but rather how everyone started to move after that. There were changes in body language, conversations, and the alleged intensity of the mood surrounding Scrappy. The insiders say that tens in the days after the incident, it made a subtle comeback, insufficiently explosive, but enough to get attention. Scrappy allegedly began to elaborate on minor details. He provided two justifications for why he was late to bring up the kids. Britney was careful, almost defensively, to mention any events he had been to. Fans are amazed at the speed with which confidence gave way to anxiety. It's possible that Scrappy underestimated the emotional impact of combining the past and present in front of cameras. One source said that he thought it would be completed if they shook hands. Relationships, however, rarely fit neatly into predetermined categories. Whether the introduction was appropriate or premature was a point of contention for the family. Though she seemed to maintain her composure in public, Bambi's inner circle gave hints that she was closely monitoring events. "I don't react." See, there are various interpretations of that sentence. Some claim it shows maturity and progress, she allegedly stated to a friend. Some see it as a sign of a low-key approach. In any event, viewers' emotions were running high as they attempted to decipher the message. Britney reportedly exhibited a mixture of confidence and trepidation. Although she seemed to appreciate the cordial tone of the encounter, she admitted that acceptance did not mean trust. In a rumored talk with a close friend, she allegedly stated, "I can be respectful without shrinking myself." Many admirers found sympathy in the thought that new spouses are occasionally the focus of excessive scrutiny. But then there was a later event that increased speculation. At another meeting, someone reportedly made a playful gesture in reference to Scrappy's comment about manipulation. The room reportedly went silent. Despite the fact that it was framed as humor, viewers were uncomfortable. Scrappy brushed it off, despite the fact that onlookers said his smile did not reach his eyes. This incident sparked fresh online debate. Was it light-hearted banter, or did the prior comment hint to deeper, unresolved tension? Supporters differ from one another. According to some, referring to Bambi as so tenacious unintentionally fostered feelings of insecurity. He was merely acknowledging their complicated past, according to others. There are some rumors that add fuel to the fire. "I was just trying to give you context," Scrappy reportedly said in response to Britney's direct question. "Why did you say that about her before we met?" But sometimes context breeds uncertainty instead of clarity, and fans are thrilled about that possibility. All of this is centered on the delicate balance of co-parenting. When kids are involved, feelings are intensified. Reports claim that Bambi has made it clear that stability is her main priority. Britney appears to be committed to keeping her behavior within acceptable lines. Between them, Scrappy tries to keep things stable in both areas. However, even solid ground can feel unsteady when public opinion is taken into account. Another strata that has been identified is extended family. Reports state that a number of family members expressed relief that the event did not blow up. In private, others questioned whether being polite was a front for Anise. Instead of a confrontation, the family was divided in private, whispered conversations. Additionally, the fan response is growing louder every day. Recap channels analyze every pause, every glance, and every word choice. It is astounding to those who observe how much meaning can be extracted from a single smile. Bambi's poise is seen by some as an indication of her confidence. Others fear that unresolved issues later in the season feelings could return. Even the most noisy wars may be quiet at moments. Summarizes what a lot of people believe is going on, according to one analyst. It was just a calm veneer, with complicated emotions simmering beneath it. There were no significant walkouts or broken glasses. According to rumors, Scrappy admitted to feeling under pressure during a private time. He reportedly said, "I don't want this to turn into something messy." His candor suggests that he understands how fragile the peace may be. And this is especially true on reality TV. Britney reportedly consoled him again, saying that she respects Bambi's work and just wants harmony. But maintaining harmony requires ongoing efforts on all fronts. Supporters are watching closely to see if actions and words align. According to reports, Bambi remains focused on her responsibilities and declares that she will avoid unnecessary controversy as long as her children are safe and loved. Because of this position, some fans have commended her for her temperance. However, it's still unclear if this meeting was merely a temporary solution before more significant issues surfaced. Or did it actually lead to better co-parenting? Because they're between Bambi and Scrappy, there are layers to their past, and new dynamics regularly test long-standing assumptions. As debates continue on the air and online, one thing is clear. This is not an easy problem at all. Every glance, comment, and conversation counts, and the emotional chessboard appears to be in full flow. Although the introduction might have ended with smiles, the introduction might have done the same. As viewers continued to scrutinize every second of that presentation, rumors have it that something else began to surface beneath the placid exterior. It was not yelling. There was no disagreement. Only those who are passionate about their history appear to be aware of the slight shift in tone. For years, you watch two people on TV deal with love, divorce, reconciliation, and co-parenting, and you start to notice even the smallest change in temperature. According to reports, Scrappy tried to seem indifferent following the meeting. He cracked jokes with his friends. He laughed at comments made online.